Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Alam Maisara binti Muhammad Asman. My number matric is 82280966, class AFT 1023. Today, I would like to share with you a short biodata of Frederick Winslow Taylor. Frederick Winslow Taylor, 1856 to 1915, was an American mechanical engineer and a pioneer in the field of scientific management. He is best known for his work in improving industrial efficiency and productivity through the application of scientific principles to work process and management practice. Taylor began his career as an apprentice at a small Philadelphia pump factory and later worked his way up to become a chief engineer and manager at the Midvale Steel Company. He developed his idea about scientific management through his observation of work process and his experiment with different methods for improving productivity. Taylor's approach emphasized the importance of breaking down work tasks into smaller, more specialized components and using time and motion studies to determine the most efficient way to performing each task. He also advocated for the use of financial incentive to motivate workers to increase their productivity. Taylor's idea had a significant impact on the development of modern management theory and continue to influence management practice today. Taylor's theory are focused on improving the efficiency of industrial process. Prior to development of his theory, there were several problems in industrial process that hindered productivity and profitability. Some of these problems include lack of clear communication. There was a lack of clear communication between management and workers, which result in misunderstanding and conflict. Frederick Winslow Taylor is known for his development of scientific management, a theory that focuses on improving the efficiency of industrial process. Prior to development, Frederick Winslow Taylor is known for his development of scientific management, a theory that focuses on improving the efficiency of industrial process. Prior to development of his theory, there were several problems in industrial process that hindered in productivity and profitability. Some of these problems include lack of standardization. Industrial processes were not standardized, which led to inconsistency in output quality, delay in production, and increased costs. Inefficient use of laborers. The skill and knowledge of workers were not fully utilized, leading to inefficiency and lower productivity. Lack of clear communication. There was a lack of clear communication between management and workers, which resulted in misunderstanding and conflict. Taylor's theory of scientific management sought to address this problem by advocating for a scientific approach to industrial process that emphasized standardization, efficient use of labor, clear communication, and a focus on maximizing productivity. Here are some of the advantages of Taylor's theory. First, standardization. Taylor's theory advocates for the standardization of work process, which can help organizations achieve consistency in their products or service. Next, clear division of labor. Taylor's theory promotes the division of labor based on specialization, which can help workers become more skilled in their areas of expertise. And lastly, employee training. Taylor's theory encourages organizations to provide employee training and development opportunities which can help workers develop new skills and increase their job satisfaction. There are some disadvantages of this theory. Firstly, overemphasize on efficiency. Taylor's theory may prioritize efficiency over other important factors such as employee morale, job certification, and work-life balance. Next, limited applicability. Taylor's theory may not be applicable to all types of work, especially creative or knowledge-based work that require flexibility and innovation. Lastly, resistance to change. Taylor's theory may face resistance from workers who are not used to the new ways of working or may feel threatened by the increased emphasis on efficiency. Henri Fayol, from 1841 to 1925, was a French mining engineer and management theorist who is known for his contribution to the development of modern management theory. He is often referred to as the father of modern management for his work on administrative management and his development of the 14 Principles of Management. Fayol's ideas have had a significant impact on the field of management and have been widely taught and applied in various industries around the world. Fayol started his career as a mining engineer in a French mining company, where he worked for over 30 years. During this time, he observed the shortcomings in the management practice of the company and developed his ideas on management, which he later wrote about in his book General and Industrial Management, 1916. Fayol's 14 principles of management are division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to the general interest, remuneration of personnel, centralization, scala change, order, equity, stability of nature of personnel, initiative, and esprit de corps. Fayol's contribution to management theory also include his idea on the function of management, which he classified as planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and controlling. These functions are still widely taught and used in modern management practice. Overall, Fayol's ideas have had a lasting impact on the field of management and continue to be studied and applied by scholars today. Next is Henri Fayol is known for his development of the 14 Principles of Management, which he first presented in his book, General and Industrial Management in 1916. Before the development of Fayol's theory, there were several problems in the field of management, including lack of unity of command. There was often confusion about who was in charge, and employees would receive conflicting orders from different managers. Secondly, lack of coordination. There was little coordination between different departments, leading to inefficiencies and duplication of effort. Thirdly, lack of standardization. There were no standard operating procedure or guidelines for how work should be done. This led to inconsistent quality and output. Here are some advantages and disadvantages of Henri Fayol's theory. The first advantage is universal applicability. One of the biggest advantages of Fayol's theory is that it is applicable to all types of organization, irrespective of their size, nature, and location. Second advantage is comprehensive theory. Fayol's theory covers all aspects of management, including planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. This provides a comprehensive framework for managers to use in their work. The last one is clear and practical. The principles of Fayol's theory are clear and easy to understand. Managers can use this principle to guide their decisions and actions, which make the theory practical and useful in real-world situations. The first disadvantage about this theory is outdated. Fayol's theory was developed over 100 years ago, and some of the ideas may not be relevant or applicable to modern management practice. Lack of flexibility. Fayol's theory is rigid and prescriptive, which can be a disadvantage in dynamic and complex organizations that require a more flexible approach to management. Ignores human factors. Fayol's theory is focused on the technical aspect of management and largely ignores the importance of human factors such as motivation, communication, and leadership. This can be a disadvantage in today's work environment, which places greater emphasis on employee engagement and empowerment. Next, Mary Parker Follett, from 1868 to 1933, was an American social worker, management consultant, and pioneer in the field of organizational theory and management philosophy. She was born in Massachusetts and studied at the Radcliffe College, where she focused on political science, philosophy, and economics. Follett was a prolific writer and speaker, and her ideas centered on the concept of power with rather than power over. She believed that effective organizations were those that recognized and integrated the contribution of all members rather than relying on hierarchy power structure. Follett's work influenced later management thinkers such as Peter Drucker, and she is widely regarded as a pioneer in the field of organizational behavior and management philosophy. Some of her notable work include The New State, 1918, Creative Experience, 1924, and Dynamic Administration, 1941. There were several management problems that were prevalent in organizations. Some of the common problems include, firstly, lack of coordination. There was a lack of coordination between different departments and individuals within organization. This led to duplication of effort, delays, and inefficiencies. Secondly, authoritarian leadership. Leaders tend to be authoritarian and focus on giving order rather than empowering their employees. This led to a lack of motivation and engagement among employees. Lastly, Taylorism. The dominant management approach at the time was Taylorism, which emphasized standardization and the use of scientific methods to improve efficiency. This approach often ignored the human element of work, leading to a focus on output rather than the well-being of employees. Mary Parker Follett's theory of management and leadership has both advantage and disadvantage. The first advantage is emphasis on collaboration. Follett's theory emphasized the importance of collaboration and teamwork in achieving organizational goals. She believed that a collaborative approach to management is essential for creating a harmonious workplace where employees feel valued and motivated to work towards the success of the organization. The second advantage is integration of different perspectives. Follett believed in integrating different perspectives to make better decisions. This approach promotes diversity and inclusivity in the workplace, which can lead to better decision making, increased creativity and innovating, and higher employee engagement. The disadvantage is lack of practicality. Follett's theory is often criticized for being too abstract and lacking practical application. Some critics argue that her ideas are too idealistic and difficult to implement in the real world. Secondly, complexity. Follett's theory can be complex and difficult to understand. This complexity can make it challenging for managers to apply her idea in their own organization. Max Weber from 1864 until 1920 was a German sociologist, philosopher, and political economist who is widely regarded as one of the founders of modern sociology. He was born in Erfurt, Germany, and studied law, economics, and history at various universities in Germany. Weber is best known for his work on the theory of social action, in which he sought to understand how individuals and groups make decisions and act in society. He emphasized the importance of understanding the subjective meaning that individuals attach to their actions, as well as the cultural and historical context in which these actions occur. Weber's other major contribution to sociology include his idea about bureaucracy, which he saw as a rational and efficient form of organization, but also one that could become oppressive and dehumanizing. He also wrote extensively about religions, arguing that religious belief and practice can have a profound influence on social and economic life. Today, Weber's ideas continue to be influential in the social science, and his work remains an important foundation for understanding the complex interaction between individuals, organizations, and society as a whole. There were several problems in this theory. First, lack of clear organizational structure. Organizations lack clear hierarchies and structures, which lead to confusion and inefficiency. Poor coordination and communication. There was often a lack of coordination and communication among different departments and levels of the organization. leading to duplication of effort and waste resources. Secondly, lack of standardized procedures. There were no standard procedures for performing tasks, which result in inconsistency and errors. Max Weber theory is a sociological theory that is widely used in the social science, particularly in the field of sociology. It focuses on the idea of social action, which is the behavior of individuals in relation to one another, and how it is shaped by social structure and institution. Here are some of the advantages and disadvantages of Weber theory. The first advantage is comprehensive. Weber's theory is a comprehensive theory of society which covers various aspects of social life such as power, authority, social stratification, and bureaucracy. It provides a systematic approach to understanding social structure and institution. Secondly, emphasis on subjectivity. Weber's theory emphasizes the importance of subjective meaning and interpretation of social action. He recognized that people's actions are not only shaped by objective factors, but also by their own subjective perceptions and interpretation of those factors. There are some disadvantages about this theory. First, limited applicability. Weber's theory is limited in its applicability, as it was developed in a specific historical and cultural context. Some of his ideas may not be applicable to different societies or historical periods. Secondly, lack of empirical evidence. Weber's theory is largely theoretical and lacks empirical evidence to support its claims. It is difficult to test the validity of his idea, and some of his concepts may be difficult to operationalize. Frederick Winslow Taylor, Henry Fayol, Mary Parker Follett, and Max Weber are considered to be the pioneers of management theory. Each of them made significant contribution to the development of management theory, although their approach differed in many ways. Frederick Winslow Taylor was a management consultant and engineer who developed the concept of scientific management. His primary focus was on improving worker productivity by breaking down tasks into smaller, simpler components which could be standardized and optimized. Henry Fayol was a French mining engineer who developed the administrative theory of management. He believed that management was a universal process that could be applied to any organization. Mary Parker Follett was an American social worker and management consultant who focused on human relations in the workplace. She believed that organizations should be run democratically, with worker and manager collaborating to make decisions. Max Weber was a German sociologist who developed the bureaucratic theory of management. He believed that organizations should be run according to a set of impersonal rules and regulations. In summary, Taylor's scientific management focused on efficiency and standardization. Fayol's administrative theory emphasized hierarchical structure. Follett's human relation approach highlight the importance of cooperation and communication, and Weber's bureaucratic theory promote formalization and impersonal rules. These theories have influenced the development of management practice over the years and continue to be relevant today. In my opinion, the theories of Frederick Winslow Taylor are all still relevant today and have had a lasting impact on management and organizational theory. Here's a brief overview of the theory and its relevance today. First, Frederick Winslow Taylor's scientific management. Taylor's theory emphasized the importance of using scientific methods to improve efficiency and productivity in the workplace. Taylor's idea on work measurement, job design, and standardized work procedures are still relevant today and have been widely adopted in industries such as manufacturing, logistics, and healthcare.